Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to Are You Garbage? Please make sure you go subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you get the videos as they come out.
Yeah.
Do it.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite new podcast. This is Are You Garbage? The show where we sit down with your favorite comedians and we find if they grew up classy or if they're absolute trash. I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a beautiful day down here in Aunt Tootie's basement. She's upstairs. She's upset about a lot that's going on out there. That and the new neighbors. Not a big fan. My co-host is coming at you from right next to me. He is the CEO of Are You Garbage. He's the head man in charge. Gang, he's my best friend in the whole wide world. So the next time you're reaching for a best pal, do yourself a favor. Make it a kippy. Give it up for Kevin James Ryan, everybody.
Hey, what's up, guys? As always, I like Joe's golf clap. As always, please make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube. That's important nowadays, I hear. Also, patreon.com/areyougarbage. You can sign up. You get bonus episodes of Are You Garbage every week. You can get a bonus episode of Hard Feelings, which is me and Foley behind the curtains, kind of just shitting on each other and yelling on each other and shit. And also...
we're good friends.
We get along great off air.
We're buddies.
And then each month with our top tier Patrons, we'll play Are You Garbage with you guys. You ask us questions. We ask you questions. It's a live stream. It's a good time. Get involved, baby.
Good times. Thank you, Kippy. And how about a nice shout-out to our producer extraordinaire, the pride of the Chicago comedy scene. He's the fucking magic man. He makes this all happen. We call him T-Bone, but his mama calls him Toby McMullen, everybody.
What up? Oh, my God.
T-Bone's
I hate myself, dude.
Oh, man.
I've never hated myself more in my entire life.
Screw the pooch T-Bone. There can only be one T-Bone.
Oh, God.
First foul ball of the show right there. T-Bone. And, gang, we could not be more excited to have our incredibly special guest back with us today. This is a family episode. We got a little bit of company in the house. We got a heavy hitter here. A little star power down here in this company. If you haven't seen his episode, go back and check it out. You know this gentleman very well. He has a special out right now called I Hate Myself. He has an amazing new podcast called Mindful Metal Jacket. And, of course, he is one half of Tuesdays with Stories. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one, the only, Mr. Joe List.
Hey.
Thank you very much.
Joey.
Unbelievable intro. Everything was great. The hot mic was horrendous. And don't you find I feel like trained to clap now when someone does an intro. I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to. And it's not because I'm like I want them to hear it. Because I don't want to be the asshole not clapping.
Yeah. I do it when I get called on stage sometimes. I'm like, oh, for me. You know what I mean? Like it's just like in your head. It's a call and response.
What do you think about the snap? People snap when they snap.
I hate the snap. It makes me like want to. I hate it. It makes me want to kill somebody. I was backstage with a famous comic one time, a woman, and I'm not going to say who, but we were talking, and she never heard of me, and she was like, how long you been doing it? Which I just like start to like steam, because I'm like twice as long as you. And I said, I was like, I don't know, like 19 years, and her response was, and like to this moment, as I think about it, I just hate it. I hate her. I hate myself.
It's
I want to shoot her.
degrading. It's like you don't deserve a full applause. I'll do this.
Yeah, it's just awful, and it's very poetry-ish or whatever. What do you call that? Yeah,
Slam
poetry. Yeah.
I went to the store and then
I wanted to say real quick though, my friend Dave Walsh is a wonderful comedian from Boston. He talked about the clapping thing and being trained. He said one time he was waiting for the subway in Boston, and the train arrived, and he started clapping for a second. And he's like, it's a real moment. He's like, I'm not even kidding. It really happened for a second. He's like, I'm going to too many comedy shows.
You brought this up. What about clapping when the plane lands? Is that trashy?
I think that's awful also.
Yeah.
Insane. I think maybe if you had just wild turbulence.
If it was touch and go, I'll allow a round of applause.
And you were taking enemy fire and fucking, I guess maybe, but no, that's garbage for sure.
Another big one is the movies. Clapping at the end of a movie.
Yeah, I also find that gross and appalling.
Except there's special occasions on that. I mean,
if you're at like fucking Sundance or something, sure, but you're not doing it at the AMC on 42nd.
I think I did it at the end of the Avengers, the first Avengers. We all did. We all loved it. It was great.
That's tough. Yeah,
I
that
know.
stinks.
All right, you know what? We're not going to the movies together. I'll tell you that.
When I saw, we were just talking about Nick Cage movies. What was, no, he was in the Run Up the Building movie. What was the 9/11, United 93?
Yeah, United 93.
That played in the theater, and I was living in Boston at the time, and it was packed. And as soon as it ended, it said, like, dedicated to the lives. And the plane is crashing, it goes blank. And I turned to my friend Tom and I said, I smell a sequel. And he bursted out laughing. So, like, right as the movie ends, this guy, and no one hears my line, they just hear this guy howling, laughing. And people were really upset with him.
I thought you were going to say that everybody clapped at the end of that. I was like, that doesn't seem like a clapper at the end of that one.
No, I'm trying to think if I've ever been in a movie where people clapped.
That blew you away like that. Black Panther, everybody freaked out. Everybody clapped at that one.
Nah, that movie stinks too.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't either, actually.
Yeah. My favorite though is we went to see Ninja Turtles one time with there was like 90 of us. It was like, Dante and Keith Robinson and Derek and Monroe and everybody. We all went to a midnight showing and the movie sucked. And like midway through, Keith, it's like it's the best delivered line ever. It's dead quiet. He goes, "Man, fuck these turtles," and stands up and he walks out. Dude, the whole place erupted. It was fantastic.
Oh, I miss Keith.
Buddy,
Rest
thank
in
you so
peace.
much for sitting down with us.
Say rest in peace.
Yeah.
Wait, why? What?
No, he passed away a couple weeks ago.
No, he didn't.
Keith Robinson is dead.
Yeah.
No,
It was at a movie. Everybody applauded.
No, I'm kidding.
Everybody snapping at the funeral.
He was a cool Jack.
The Shy Lights played. It was pretty good. Joe, thank you so much for sitting down with us. We're gonna ask, or we're gonna pull up some questions from the fans that they wanted to ask you. Ask us. How have you been? Everything's been good.
I've been everything's perfect.
Sometimes you turn into Regis. He hits daytime talk show real quick.
So I hear you got a new book out. Is
Yeah,
that true?
I wrote a new book. No, everything's pretty good. I'm nervous with the questions because if they're asked specifically for me, I feel like they're going to be hurtful.
No.
Like I just
Why is
picture,
your cock
like,
so small?
Yeah. Why does his teeth still look like that? He has money, herpes, something.
No. It's not that. They were more general for sure.
Yeah,
I'm not going to bring you onto sandbag.
Great. I'm just like,
I hear your mother's a whore, Joe.
I wanted to ask you because we were talking about this before we went on air. We had Sarah Tolamashan, your wife.
Yes.
And we were talking about how that was one of her story that she told about making ricotta cheese out of sour milk at her house. Was one of the best.
It's insane.
One of the best clips that we had. And we were talking to her when she was on, and she had mentioned when we were talking about the food that she makes, she said that you don't eat any of her food. And then you reiterated that on air before we went on air.
yeah, that's right.
How do you I don't wrap my head around that? I don't get it.
Okay, well, a couple things. First of all, it's not like I'm like, fuck you, you douche. I'm not eating your food. She's a very talented cook and a very talented person. But I'm garbage. So I eat four things. I eat cheeseburgers, hot dogs, pizza, chicken parm.
Love a chicken.
I'm running low. Grilled cheese, cereal, Chipotle.
These
like a
are
burrito.
honestly, this is what you eat.
Yeah, I just named 100% of the things I eat.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not that far off of that, to be honest with you. Maybe
How do
a
you
salad
keep that
every
tight
now and
little
then.
body? I do the same thing, and I'm fucking 400 pounds.
Well, I don't eat a lot of it. I have it once a day.
Portion
And then-
control, big man.
Yeah, I run around. I do have a great metabolism, and yeah, I don't know. I'm running around a lot. I guess I work out, but mostly it's the metabolism, and I'm pretty doughy underneath at times. But so I just eat the same garbage. Have you had Donnelly on? By the way, Sean Donnelly.
Yeah.
has-
Donnelly was our first episode ever. We got to have
Yeah.
him back.
Okay,
yeah.
because he's the only guy that has a worse diet than me.
Yeah, he has
eats
a very middle class Irish diet.
Yeah, that's what I got. Like we went to Chipotle. His first Chipotle trip was with me,
That's
and he
crazy.
ordered chicken in it was just grilled chicken in a little fucking
In a
bowl.
tan,
Yeah.
in the tin pan.
And
yes.
I think that's all he had. But anyways, so normally she's cooking something like keto and veggies and it's a bunch of shit together, like good shit or whatever. But I already ordered a chicken parm.
Yeah.
Or I'm eating a pizza.
But do you guys eat together, but separate?
Yeah, that's what I'm
separate
saying.
meals. Like, will you sit down with the chicken parm and she'll sit down with like a quinoa bowl or something?
Occasionally.
You'll get away with that? That's crazy.
I do that a lot. Me and my wife do that.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
She's on a
doesn't-
strict diet, so I'm I just eat whatever.
And then she's got to wait until the delivery guy gets here, and then you're eating out of a to-go container.
No, we don't care. We don't have to eat together. Well, first of all, it's pandemic. We're spending every second together.
True. Yeah.
That's what's so funny to me about pandemic is everyone's like the isolation. I'm like, I was way more isolated before because I was on the road by myself all the time. Now I'm with a person 100% of the time. So we'll eat together sometimes. Sometimes we'll get takeout together, Chinese food maybe. But, oh, geez.
Sorry, that was me.
That's her. She's like,
quit running your mouth, Joey.
But also sometimes I'll eat something that she makes if it's, pizza.
Where does that come from? Was that we talked about this, I think, a little bit on your episode.
It's my family, and this is what bothers me about my family. When I was a kid, I have all these memories of them shaming me because I would only eat hot dogs with no.
I was
nothing.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and buttered noodles.
Are you a plain hot dog guy?
I eat ketchup on a hot dog. So they would be like, "You got to eat more than that." This fucking idiot never eats anything. And now I'm an adult, and I eat fish and shit. Now I'll eat some stuff.
An aristocrat.
And
I like the sticks.
I go back, and they eat nothing. Like they're like, "Whoa, you eat crazy now. Something changed in you." So they don't eat shit. I don't eat shit, and they all use this like it's the best restaurant in the world. And I'm like, you've never been outside of 128 in fucking Massachusetts. Everything's the world, but I'm like, you've been to 3
None of them
states.
have passports.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Best Indian restaurant in Massachusetts. Unbelievable.
My thing is, I was a super picky eater growing up. Like I would like if I ordered buttered noodles and it came out with like parsley, I would send it back, and I'd be like, no green shit. I don't want just give me the regular shit my mom makes. I don't need anything fancy.
I'm the same way.
And everybody my whole life would break my balls. Like, what do you got there? Buttered roll? Or like just like shit on me. And then finally as I got older, I expanded to not get shit on anymore. And then I go home and like, look who's eating steak over here.
Yeah.
It's like you just want to break my balls, you jerk offs.
Exact same story. Yes, same.
All right. Well, that being said, I have this is a perfect lead in. This is
That's trashy.
guys, as you know, when you join the Patreon, we will answer your questions on the air. We just get so many submissions that this is the best way to do it. It's patreon.com/RUGarbage. Help us keep the lights on. This is from Tai Lin. Have you ever made frozen food in the microwave that the cooking instruction called for an oven?
Wait. Oh. Okay. So on the instructions it says put it in the oven
at 450,
and then
you
I
were
microwave
like,
it.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I've microwaved things that have both options.
Yeah, which is that's the trashier option.
Yeah, I've done that for sure, but I don't know that I've straight microwaved something that you're supposed to be cooked in the oven.
Have you ever done that with frozen pizza? Put it in the microwave?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Really?
Still?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
it-
Okay, but
No.
I flick water on it before. Get a little moisture. That's classy. That's what you do.
Who told you that?
You run,
Sarah?
you run water on your fingers and then you flick it on there to get a little moisture. That's a hot tip. Someone's gonna write in and have my back.
Make sure
on
you
that.
don't wash your hands before. You want that flavor on there.
Wait,
No, you
I think I
moisten.
saw that on Emerald the other night.
You gotta. I do yell "bam" when I do it. You gotta moisten it a little bit.
Wait,
What?
I still don't get it. Do you put it on while it's frozen, you flick it, and then
Yes.
put it in, or do you open it after a minute or two and flick?
Well, not frozen, in the fridge, like leftover.
Oh, like leftover.
yes.
Okay.
I'm talking leftovers. Wait, were we talking
Wait,
frozen
you microwave
pizza?
you microwave leftover pizza?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
No. That's
Wait, what are we
trash.
talking about?
Do you take a frozen pizza out of the freezer that's supposed to go in the oven?
Like a,
Oh, okay.
like
Sorry.
a tombstone or whatever.
Yeah.
I see, like a tombstone.
Regardless,
or
I want to get back to this flicking
Yeah,
or a
business.
this is
DiGiorno.
fuck.
No, DiGiorno and Tombstone I put in the oven.
Yo,
It won't-
Tombstone is fucking A-okay.
Love Tombstone, great film, great pizza. But the DiGiorno shit, you can't cram. You'd have to fucking break it in half over your knee. It's
gotta be a big microwave.
Microwave, yeah.
This guy's at the executive.
I thought you meant out of the fridge, like leftover pizza.
And you'll microwave that.
I'll microwave that, but first I flick the water on it because that's important.
Oh man, that's trashy.
Google
Wait,
it. Or
hold
do
on.
something.
Who told you that?
Why not?
My mother, I think. I do it with chicken parm too. You fucking
That's crazy.
Chicken parm.
yeah. I think it does something. Somebody fucking look this up. Is this nothing? Because some things like that, your mother tells you. I have this with Boston a lot. Where like Patriots Day is not a holiday and anywhere else, and I didn't know Chinese food on New Year's Eve. Is that just a Northeast thing? Or is that just Boston? I think it's Massachusetts.
Philly never. I don't know anybody in Philly that ever did it.
Yeah, so maybe the flicking water is a Boston thing. I don't know. And do you guys let blacks in school? Where you guys?
Has that made it down here yet? What's it? Chinese food on New Year's Eve.
I literally just 2 weeks ago found out that's not a national thing.
But do you think it's just a local thing that your family does, or do you think all your friends do it?
No,
as well?
it's a Massachusetts, or I think maybe New York a little bit too. It's a tradition up here, I guess, because everything was always closed. But I thought in America everyone's getting Chinese food, and it was only because Sarah was there, who's from Texas, and she was like, "We never did that," and I was like, "You fucking kooky British family." And then we looked it up. We did some research, and we're assholes.
Yeah, I know. I've heard of my Jewish friends growing up. On Christmas Day, they'll go to a movie and get Chinese.
Right, but do they flick water on the Chinese? That's the important.
on the
Flick
waiter.
Water on the Chinese people as they're giving it to them. Man, that's flicking water.
But why do you prefer the microwave over the toaster or like over the oven, or is it a time thing? You're like, I just want to.
I think it's a time thing,
Yeah.
but sometimes. Again, my mother's classier than I am, so if we have leftover pizza, she'll put it in the oven. She has a stone.
That's the best.
That's not garbage, right?
That's fucking
That's
class.
Leftover pizza in the oven, it's fucking fantastic.
Only if you're flicking water, but if you got a stone, especially, that's something.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I don't have a stone. I don't even think I've ever used one or seen anybody use one.
What, a cooking stone?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Quit bragging.
We dug it out of the backyard.
yeah.
Put some rocks in there.
All right, this is from Brian in the same world. Do you cut your pasta on the plate before you eat it? Or do you do the standard twirl?
No, I do a twirl. If I'm at a restaurant, I use the spoon like an asshole.
Nice.
Like I make it look like I'm something.
You know what you're doing, yeah.
And then, no, I'd never cut pasta in my life. No.
It's funny you mentioned the spoon. I don't know who I was talking to. It could have been
was
you.
on air. It was on air or with him, I think.
Was it you saying that using the spoon is trashy,
Yeah.
T-Bone?
I was always brought up to believe that using the spoon was for children and that adults go fork to plate.
I was always taught that was the traditional way to eat pasta. That's how they did it in Italy.
That's what I was told,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I've been in Italy. They give you a spoon.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
All right.
I've also been to Italy.
No, he hasn't. Don't lie to the people, Joe.
I went there.
I will say this. Now, you're going to maybe think this is
It was
garbage.
the airport. I had a layover.
You're going to think this is garbage, maybe. I don't know, with the water thing and the stone. I'm not sure where this is going to fall. But in upstate Pennsylvania, they would make, my aunt would make spaghetti, okay? And then she would put it in a skillet, and she would slice it up. So it was like, she would make it like little tiny little pieces, and then you would eat it like that. And it makes it fucking so creamy and so good.
That sounds like rice
Yeah.
to me.
It's Italian rice.
I think she made rice. Like, you're like, I wanted spaghetti. She's like, it is. I cut it up. Don't worry.
This fat little bastard won't know the difference. Let's face it, gang. I'm fat and he's bald, and making multiple trips to the post office is not the way you want to spend your time. That is why we recommend mailing and shipping online at Stamps.com. Stamps.com allows you to mail and ship anytime, anywhere, right from your computer. You can send letters, ship packages, and you pay a lot less with discount price rates from USPS and UPS and more.
Yeah. Guys, Stamps.com has saved small business thousands of dollars over the years and hours of your time. It's easy. With Stamps.com, you get the services of the post office and UPS all in one place. It's easy peasy, one-stop shop, plus big discounts on mailing and shipping rates. What's there not to love? Stamps.com, they got us a setup. They got us the scale, they got us the printer and everything. We've been sending stuff out of here, merch out of here. It's easy. If we can do it, you can do it. You can do it from if you got a warehouse, if you're working out of your apartment, your car, wherever you are, you can use Stamps.com. It's easy. You use your computer to print official U.S. postage 24/7 for any letter, any package, any class of mail, anywhere you want to send it. It's easy. Just do it. Stamps.com is a no-brainer, saving time and money. It's no wonder why nearly 1 million small businesses already use Stamps.com. We have a lot of small business owners that listen to this show. Check out Stamps.com if you haven't already.
Absolutely. And, gang, do us a favor. Stop wasting time going to the post office and go to Stamps.com instead. Use Stamps.com. There's no risk. And with the promo code GARBAGE, you're going to get a special offer that includes 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments, no contracts, none of that stuff. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in GARBAGE. That's Stamps.com, promo code GARBAGE, Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again.
Now back to the show.
But no, that does sound great. That sounds delicious to me.
It's so good. Next time you're at home, cut up your fucking spaghetti. Regular spaghetti. I'm not talking linguine or anything like that. Just regular spaghetti.
I feel like once you start
slice it
doing
up.
that, you can't come back from that, though.
No,
that's
then-
like a road you can't go down.
Then you're eating it just with a spoon at a certain point. That's really where I wanted to go with it.
Yeah, if you want to be like Foley, folks, start frying your spaghetti, please.
We made spaghetti pie. That was a big family recipe.
Wow.
Which is like, I think essentially, I don't know anything about cooking, but I feel like it's essentially lasagna, but with spaghetti. But basically, it was like it came in a big round thing, and it was cheese and sauce. I got the recipe. I just got it.
That's pretty good.
Spaghetti pie. I mean, it's something. And you eat it like a pie. You take a big triangle slice and stick it in your ass.
People were shitting on me in the Facebook group about making spaghetti sandwiches. You ever make a spaghetti sandwich? You take like
no.
Texas toast, like garlic bread, and you just put the spaghetti on it, and you can either like fry it like a grilled cheese or just eat it regular.
That sounds amazing to me, and I don't think that's garbage.
right in Joe's
like,
wheelhouse.
yeah, no, that's like innovative. I'm like, holy shit, man.
I like that you're a chicken parm guy.
Oh, huge chicken parm guy. I'm like,
Are you like a sandwich or an entree guy?
I like a sandwich, but mostly the entree. I mean, I'm like known as chicken parm guy in some circles. But yeah, huge chicken parm. That's my thing.
Yeah. Love a good CP.
Oh, that's good.
All right, this is from Chris. Have you ever worn a deceased family member's clothes?
No, definitely not. My family, I've been pretty fortunate in my life. Like my 92-year-old grandfather's the only guy that all my grandparents are dead now, but I certainly wasn't wearing their clothes. Nor did I ever. No. They didn't. No. I'm trying to think of a joke.
Yeah.
But
Show
no.
up in a zoot suit?
What do you know? What do you say?
Yeah, no, I don't. Nobody's. In fact, I said I've been lucky no one's died other than all my grandparents. But even if anyone in my family died, I wouldn't put their clothes on.
Yeah.
Only because they're fucking nerds.
I wore one of my uncle's suits to his funeral.
Wow.
Yeah, my Uncle Mike. I got all of his clothes when he died. 'Cause
That's-
they fit me perfectly.
That's-
Wore all of his stuff.
That's weird. I don't know. That's weird to me.
I used to like it. And when I was a little kid, I would wear my other uncle's stuff. He was still alive at the time. But like the stuff that he didn't want, I would wear his old clothes.
How old was he?
What do you mean, how old was he? When I got his stuff? He was probably in his 60s when he started giving me his hand-me-downs. Like the stuff that his wife didn't want him to wear anymore. They'd be like shirts from like the 70s or like cool T-shirts. It was the 90s. It was the grunge that we wore like, we were shopping at thrift stores anyway.
Yeah, that I think if you're getting clothes at a thrift store, you might as well getting it from your aunt is no different, really.
Plus, it smelled like him, which I loved. It had like this old like detergent smell. What? I'm weird. This guy's fucking microwaving pizza. You're fucking looking at me.
I'm okay with this. I'm like, that sounds nice.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just strange to me. I would just be thinking about my dead relative the whole day.
Yeah, you think about him. You wear it in their honor.
I don't think your uncle needed you to wear his Doobie Brothers shirt in his honor.
Here's what's happening in my mind. It feels like it took a serious tone, and I don't want to make jokes.
Sure,
I feel like
make
this feels-
jokes. Make jokes. I'm trying to
feels
pull it
like-
the fuck out of here.
It feels
Yeah.
quite poignant, and I'm like, all right,
Hey,
that's
Foley's
cool.
fat, everybody, right? Huh?
That's cool.
You asked the question.
Sure. Okay. Have you ever worn a beer T-shirt when you were a kid?
Ooh, when I was a kid.
I was a big beer merchandise guy growing up.
I don't know about when I was a kid. Probably not. As an adult, all the time. And in fact, I got sober and I continued to have them because they were just shirts. And I've been at this is a different question, but I have been at an AA meeting with a Guinness shirt. And I literally did the unzip and just put that back up and had to zip it back up. I just had to sit there hot. So I've done that.
Jeez.
But as a kid, and then be like, I probably get this out of my rotation. But as a kid, I don't think so. I don't think I ever wore. I think my mother had some amount of attempt at class and would be like, I don't think we should have a Bud Light shirt on.
You're at a meeting with it's a 5 o'clock somewhere hat on.
The beer helmet.
Fucking tube.
It's just soda, guys. Come on. Can still have a little fun, huh? Holy shit.
Holy shit. Yeah, I always wanted fucking beer memorabilia. Because my family was all boozers. I'm like, I can't wait to start drinking. I want to be like, that's what I thought adulthood was. I was like, yeah, you just start drinking.
Yeah, same. I mean, Spud McKenzie I was into, but I don't think I had any shirts.
Yeah.
I love Spud.
He was huge. Good surfboard.
Yeah, he was awesome. But
Yeah.
I didn't have a shirt. Did you ever hear Regan's story on he was on Ari's show, whatever it was called. I can't remember. This is not happening.
This is not happening.
He tells a great story. They tried to, some beer company, I forget which one, tried to do like campaign against Spud. He was going to run for president. It was a dog that ran for president,
Okay.
and Brian Regan was the spokesman. And he had to go out in intermission of a hockey game and like talk about the dog. And the story's online. You should check it out. It's hilarious.
He's the funniest guy
That couldn't
in the
have
world.
worked out too well at the hockey
No,
game.
and he really Regans it up, and it's hysterical. It's a great story. So stop listening to this
Yeah.
and go hit that.
pause, folks.
I'm just plugging somebody else's show on your
Who
show.
needs the money? Regan really needs the cash.
He's hurting.
Yeah. All right, this is from Bilo. What's your obviously you live in the city now, but like if you were home or when you lived in the suburbs, what's your shopping cart etiquette? Do you leave it where it is or do you return it to the little corral there?
No, I'm a big returner. I feel like I'm not garbage. I'm a very if I'm garbage, I'm a considerate piece of garbage.
Sure.
But
Well, that's just being a dick, really. There's a difference between, flicking water on your microwave pizza and leaving the
can't-
cart out for someone else to go get.
You can't leave it in the parking lot?
No, you got to return it,
What if
man.
there's a couple around? There's a couple.
If you join it with a couple,
Yeah.
maybe. If it's like the fourth, I
No.
think maybe.
No, yeah, I was a former cart wrangler. Shout out to Acme in Newtown, Pennsylvania.
Embarrassing.
This was last summer.
I was in the union too, by the way.
Were you really?
Yeah,
You're joking.
they make you join the Teamsters.
Oh, there's the Teamsters fucking are the cart guys?
Yeah, all like retail workers or I don't know something. I had a jacket. Local 519.
I didn't see them in the Irishman.
Just pushing the fucking.
Hey, we got the cart guys here.
That's
Oh, look out.
hilarious.
It's just a fat me in a blue.
I heard you move carts. Yes, sir, I do. I do move carts.
Yeah, you
movie.
gotta return it. It's a dickhead move to not return it.
Yeah, well, the good ones, by the way, have those things out in the parking lot.
Yeah,
They have a little
yeah,
slot
Nice
for
little
them.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't.
In the biz, we call them the corrals.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you a grocery store guy? Do you guys go to the store?
I go to the grocery store all the time because I buy, soup. I gotta
get my soup.
I never have food in the house. I go and buy it and then carry it home and then eat it and then that's it.
That's
Oh,
it. That's
really?
such a New York thing.
You don't
Just-
plan for a couple days ahead? It's usually that
no, a little bit, maybe some. I'll get a couple frozen dishes, but
Get a
nothing-
large pizza.
Yeah, a couple things like that, but not really.
day. Is it all stuff like that? Is it all pre-made food, or is it? Do you ever cook yourself? Do you ever get like some broccoli and some chicken and some this and some that, and go home and make the meal?
No, never. I make smoothies. I get spinach and blueberry and I put some oats in there, almond milk, but I never really cook ever. No, I'm a piece of shit when it comes to food.
What's your soup? What's your brand? What do you go through?
Campbell's chicken noodle.
This
And,
guy is
Out of the
fucking right
can?
up the middle.
I put it in a bowl and then I microwave it. I flick water on it and I microwave
Wait,
it.
you're buying canned Campbell's?
Yeah, no good?
Holy shit! It's the 20s or something like that.
I think it's a nice soup.
I think it's a nice soup. Amy makes a nice soup as well.
Yeah,
Shout out to
Amy's
Amy.
different.
Split
Amy,
pea, low
Progresso.
sodium.
Chunky.
No.
I'll give you a chunky.
Fuck Amy. Amy's the kind. Amy snaps at
does.
fucking comedy shows. She stinks.
Amy's cleaning the fuck up. I'll tell you that.
She's doing okay, yeah.
Amy's does all right. She makes a cream of mushroom soup. That's fantastic.
And maybe I'll check it out.
But Campbell's, wow,
Yeah.
that is old school.
Well, I am a My mother's a Campbell. That's my family is a Campbell clan.
That's
so
dirtbag
it
thing to
feels-
make that connection to be like, well, it's my
Yeah.
last name.
I'm
Technically,
representing,
so,
yeah. So
But not connected to the family.
no, we have no. I don't
If
want
he
to
had
make it
chi-
seem like we're doing well.
if he had chicken noodle money, he wouldn't be doing this show.
Oh, I would love that.
Chicken noodle.
All right, since we're in the world, this is from the other side. Do you eat in bed?
No,
No.
I've never
Will your
had.
wife?
I don't have. I eat my wife out occasionally, birthdays and Easter Sunday and whatever. But
Usually in the kitchen, though. It's strange.
yeah, no, I've never had a TV in my bedroom in my whole life. Well, no, for a year I did because I had 3 roommates, so it was like a little room.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. We don't have a TV. Like the only way to eat in bed would be if you're watching TV.
It'd be psychotic if you were eating in bed without
Yeah.
a TV.
Yeah, just
just get the plates and head into the bedroom.
Yeah. So if I had, maybe I would if I had a TV in the bedroom, but no, I've never done that. I think I'm killing it, by the way. I feel like I'm
you're
like
doing,
so not
yeah, you're
garbage.
doing better than your first episode. I
Yeah,
mean, you
I
were talking about
appreciate
storming
that.
the field when you were 23.
I appreciate that.
Not having a TV in the bedroom, though. What is that for? I think that's garbage to not have a TV.
I don't
No,
have,
that's
I don't have a
quality.
TV at all.
That's
We're TV-less.
Jesus.
Tablets and computers.
As the manifesto comes. Psycho.
That's embarrassing.
What the fuck? So what do you do when you go to bed? Do you guys watch something on your phones?
No, I started recently. I'm trying to be like a superior human being here. I'm trying to really be something. So I'm leaving my phone in the other room, and I'll do a little light reading. But Sarah watches TikTok in bed. But I try to have no electronics in the bedroom.
Wow, that is
other than a
classic.
vibrator, obviously.
So you put your phone away, so you don't go walk into the bedroom until you're tired.
Yeah, I get wiped. I wake up real early. I have my anxiety in the morning. So I wake up to pee or whatever, and I'm just like, fuck you, you piece of shit. You got to do something. So I wake up at 8 o'clock, 8:30. And then at midnight, I'm wiped.
Okay.
So I get pretty sleepy.
That's pretty good, because anytime I go into the bedroom, I'm wide awake. Even if I'm exhausted and tired on the couch watching TV, if I walk into that bedroom, I just instantly wake up and have to put something on to fall asleep.
Yeah, see, that's tough. That's why they say you got to make the bedroom for sleeping only.
Only, yeah.
And fucking or whatever.
I just did today was the second day. I listened to something with fucking some like life coach. I think it was Tony Robbins or something, and he said he doesn't for 30 minutes won't consume any technology in the morning. So I started doing that, just because I'm so addicted. I'd wake up and grab my phone, especially with the podcast. There's tweets and tags
right.
and shit like that. So I've completely fucking checked out. It's been great.
Are you talking about the actor? Tim Robbins.
No, Tim Robbins is the actor. Tony Robbins is the life
with
coach.
the fucking teeth.
If you know him as Tony with the teeth, then
he's got the
Tony with the teeth. What do you want from me, fat?
He's got the big chompers. He also does the thing where he plunges into
the ice pool.
like a 50-degree pool in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was doing that for a while, and Mike Kaplan told me he read something that we have formative years as human beings, obviously, but you also have formative minutes of the day, and they're like the opening half hour or whatever, so you shouldn't look at your phone.
Yeah.
I was doing that for a while, and I'm still pretty good at it because my phone is in the other room. But I do wake up and pee and then go look at the phone.
Yeah, it's tough. I also find myself I'm embarrassed by how much I use it, because my wife will walk in, I'll drop it. I'm like, who am I hiding from?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Well, you want to know who's got the likes or what you got? You got messages or what's going on? Or
I'm over it.
Yeah,
I'm
all that
over
kind
it,
of stuff.
baby.
It's hard.
Social media's really fucked us up.
It's the worst. I think it's horrible.
I'm so afraid of it. I'm so afraid. I couldn't watch that documentary, whatever it was.
Social Dilemma.
Social Dilemma, yeah. Couldn't bring myself to do it. On a lighter note, from Walter, growing up, would you regularly pee outside of your house?
Not regularly, no.
Yeah.
No, I mean
When you were boozed up or something and coming home?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, drunk. I do like peeing outside because it's a moment of tranquility, the
freedom,
stars or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, but I hike a lot, I camp a lot, but not just at home. Not when I was living at home. I would never be I'm gonna go take a piss outside. But maybe if my sister was taking a long shower or something occasionally, but definitely not regularly.
Yeah.
I would sneak down and pee into the kitchen sink if somebody was in the bathroom.
Come on.
I did that in my apartment a lot because I had 3 roommates, and then some of them would take an hour shower. So I peed in a lot of Gatorade bottles, the sink occasionally.
You ever get caught peeing in the sink?
No, I didn't. Until right now when I told my roommates that I peed in the sink a lot.
Growing up, my buddy Pat had a little ceramic stone, it was a little boy holding a bucket. It was 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
And his house is the house we always partied at, and right outside, we'd be outside smoking, and right there, it was in the corner that you could naturally pee in.
Yeah.
So everybody for years we would just it was the funniest joke of just peeing on this little boy, and he's just always looking up at you hey, how you doing?
That sounds fun.
It was a great time. It was a hoot.
Yeah, peeing on a boy is a fantasy of mine.
Well, go over to Pat's house. You can make it come true, Joe.
Well, maybe I will.
Have you ever lived? This is from Charles. Have you ever lived in a home without air conditioning?
Without central air conditioning, for
yeah.
sure. We had an air conditioner. This is where maybe it gets a little more garbage, where we had an air conditioner and then there was no door between the family room and living room, so you put a sheet up to block that out.
Oh, yeah.
I've had that.
Would you guys sleep downstairs on really hot nights all in the living room together? Because we used to do that.
That was big.
No, we never did that. We just were
Sucked it
hot.
up? Oh.
Yeah, it was just hot. A fan. I always had a fan right next to my bed.
Do you sleep with a fan next to your bed right now?
No, I would if Sarah weren't around. I was for a while. I need to have a noise because I got tinnitus or tinnitus if you prefer, but I think it's actually tinnitus. But now I have a little noisemaker thing.
A little white noise machine next to you?
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty classy
bad.
if you
It's
ask
not bad.
me.
It's a
White
nice
noise
one, too.
machine.
Yeah, she bought it. It's it was a Christmas present.
All
Could
right.
live with that.
And this is the one. This is the one that everybody, a lot of people had commented on. This is from Charles. Did you have a go-kart growing up?
Oh boy.
Did
Fuck
you?
you, Charles. So this is a thing. This is a funny, interesting story. Maybe some people think it's a sad story. You guys are animals, so you might think it's hilarious.
I can't wait.
But so I forgot about this until literally this year, or 2020, February 2020. Sarah and I were on the Impractical Jokers cruise, and I just thought of why we were going. The cruise was going to the Bahamas, and we were talking about the Bahamas, and I remembered, and I was just saying this because I had this memory. I was like, my parents went to the Bahamas when I was a kid. They traded. I had won a go-kart, and then they traded the go-kart for a trip to the Bahamas. And Sarah, I looked up, and it was like a movie where you kind of say a thing, and then you look, and she's like, she just looked appalled, like her mouth was on the floor, and she looked really sad, and she's like, what happened? And I was like, I won this go-kart, and I'm telling the story like, don't worry about it.
It's not as sad as it sounds.
I won a go-kart. It was at like Stone's Video. It was like a video store / liquor store in Whitman or Abington, Massachusetts, and they had like a go-kart, and it was like, put your name in the thing, and you could win a go-kart.
Really?
Put my name in,
And you won.
and then we won. Like they called us.
Oh, dude, that's out of a movie.
I know.
Yeah.
I've never won anything my whole
Holy
life.
shit.
And I couldn't believe it. I think I was like 8. And I was like, oh my God, we have a go-kart. And we went and got the go-kart. My picture was in the paper. It was me and my dad.
That's big news in Abington, baby.
They took it. It was in the Brockton Enterprise.
You and
Local
Red Lightning.
Turtball wins go-kart.
And I still am hoping somebody can fucking hack the system somehow and find this photo because it exists.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on the
Have
internet.
you looked?
I think a few people look because I told the story on my podcast, but no one seems to be able to find
Does
it.
the newspaper still exist?
Yes.
Oh, you can
I
get it.
believe
They
so.
definitely have it.
Yeah. So
You
it's
got
gotta
your
be,
uncle looking in a library on microfiche trying to find
Yeah,
it.
you have to have that
That's
thing.
what I'm
and-
saying. They probably do it on that.
Yeah, so it's got to be somewhere. It was probably 89 or
Like
90.
a Julia Roberts movie.
I'm trying to think. It was probably late 80s, early 90s. But so we won the go-kart, got our picture in the paper, and then the memory's like so foggy, but I know this happened. We had it, and I was like, we were tooling around on my neighborhood, and all the kids were like fucking jumping and cheering. It was like Rocky 1. And everyone, we were riding around, and I was like the go-kart guy, and we never had a pool or anything. So it was like the first moment of like, oh my God.
You were it. You were the center of attention, baby.
And then my parents were like, we can't keep the go-kart. It's just I forget what they said. It's too much. And they traded it to my uncle's brother, like my uncle through marriage, his brother. And somehow, the details get foggy because I was a child, but he had a trip to the Bahamas. He had 2 tickets to the Bahamas, and they traded it like straight up. Like he got the go-kart.
Dude,
And-
It's like white trash. Who wants to make a
Did
deal?
you have to sit and see did you have to sit in your house and like see this guy zipping down the street?
No, he lived in a different town, fortunately. But
Like Kramer?
so
Hey
he,
man, that's a girl's go-kart. Yeah, whatever. What the fuck?
So he got the go-kart, and my parents went to the Bahamas, and there was a moment, and this part I might have added this in my head in the story, but I think it's real. There was a moment where I was like, all right, okay, Bahamas. All right, we'll go to the Bahamas. And they were like, no, we're going to go to the
What
Bahamas.
the fuck?
That part, I might have added that in hindsight.
But you definitely didn't go to the Bahamas.
I did not go to the Bahamas. They did, and I can like picture
You're gonna
the
stay here, Joe.
photos.
We're gonna go get weird in the Bahamas for 4 days.
Yeah, so they went to the Bahamas. Bob Looney got the go-kart.
He drops him off at the airport in the go-kart.
Yeah, and I got nothing. And Sarah was literally, I'm telling the story, she's like literally crying. And she was like, she's like, I'm not trying to be funny. She's like, this
That's
explains
sad, man.
so much of like
Yeah.
all of your insecurity and like this feeling. Because I'm always like, Sarah, do you love me? Do you like me? And she's like, this is why. Like the one thing you had that you loved was just taken away. And then I told the story.
Jesus
we all went out to
Christ.
dinner, and it was Ron Bennington and his wife, and like a few other comics. Keith Robinson was one of them. And I told the story, and like Ron Bennington and Keith are like fucking like slapping the table, and Ron Bennington's wife has like tears streaming down her face, not laughing. She's just like devastated, and like was like, "Do you want a hug or anything?" And I do think it's like quite traumatic, and I never put it together. I hadn't even thought about it in like 15 years until I was like, oh yeah, I almost went to the Bahamas or whatever.
I mean,
He didn't get to go to the Bahamas and he didn't get a go-kart. That is insane.
No.
How could the value of a go-kart been equal to the value of a trip to the
It was
Bahamas?
the 90s, dude.
So what kind of shithole were they staying in over there?
I don't-
Is my first question.
See, again, I don't have a lot of the details. It might
It's
have
the
just
Bahamas, Massachusetts.
been. It might have been like it might have been airplane tickets only. And so that was like, I don't know what a go-kart costs. Maybe is it a couple grand? I have no idea.
Maybe back then, but not now. They're cheaper now. But in the 90s, they were, pretty expensive.
I would say $1,000 or something.
Yeah, so maybe it was just the flights, and the flights were $300 a piece. I don't know how it worked exactly.
You don't remember
It
exactly.
makes sense that the hotel was covered because that's like what those packages are. You just have to get yourself there.
Right,
You can
right.
get like 4 days, 5 nights for $500 or something.
What
and then
kind
get
of
yourself
piece
there.
of shit is this guy?
Yeah, was he a grown man in the go-kart?
If somebody
He
came
was an adult,
to me
yeah.
and said, "Hey, listen, all right, if you had kids and you said, "Hey, my kid has this go-kart, I'll trade you the go-kart for some tickets to the Bahamas." As a man, wouldn't you be like, "I'm not taking this kid's go-kart. That's got blood on it."
I don't know. I should go back and talk to them about
Go
it.
back and punch that guy in the face is what you
But
should do.
well, looking back, he was probably, when you're a kid, everybody's just an adult. Adult
Yeah.
is just an age.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, so he might have been 22 or something like
That's
that.
still too old for a go-kart.
because
You can't be driving
what
around
the
in a
fuck?
go-kart at 22.
I don't know. I should go back and
Yeah,
get
you
some
have to.
details.
Yeah, get some closure on that.
I think I'm afraid to bring it up to them because it'll be like this fight, or they'll be dismissive, or I'll be.
You'll find out they
Hurt.
traded your baseball cards to cover the room service.
Yeah,
T-Bone.
it's traumatizing, but all I remember, I think I must have been like 7 or 8 years old or something, because I also think I wasn't old enough to drive the go-kart myself. I don't remember actually driving. I think I was in the
Was it
passenger
two-seater?
seat. It was a 2-seater, yeah.
Holy shit!
Shit.
I think it was a car.
That's a coupe.
It was nice. No,
AM, FM radio.
but I can remember my sister in the back seat, and she was
The way you bit that, Jesus Christ.
it was a Honda Civic go-kart or something. No, but it definitely was 2 seats. It was black, and I do have the memory of driving up and down my street and like all the neighborhood kids taking a turn.
That's as cool as you can get as an 8-year-old.
The kids must have been like, "Well, what's going on? What happened, dude? You can't be the kid that one day has a go-kart and then doesn't. You're done.
No,
You're
was
finished."
And I remember talking to Sarah, and I think I remember feeling like when you're a kid, or at least when I was a kid, like I was like, well, that's what they said. So everything your parents say is just reality.
Yeah.
They're like, we can't keep it, and they didn't give an explanation. They said it like it was like a dolphin I found or something, or I don't know. I said dolphin, a dog, and
No, Joe, we can't keep this dolphin.
I want a dolphin at the video store.
but it's like bringing home a dog and be like, can we keep it? And they're like, we can't. And you're like, all right, shit. But I don't know the reasoning they gave me. But I just thought like, okay.
But yeah, it makes sense because they didn't go buy it.
It
you know what I
doesn't
mean?
make any sense. Listen, it would.
I'm not saying it's right. It makes sense.
It would make sense if maybe you won it and they were like, "Listen, you're too young for it. You can't have it." But to let you have it for a week or so and then take it away from you. Did you have a garage? Gang, want to take a quick second and talk to you about our sponsor here on the show. This one's an easy one because you know them, you love them, we love them, everybody loves them. Of course, what am I talking about, Kippy?
Sheathunderwear.com, baby.
That's right.
The good stuff. It's the best. I mean, Sheath Underwear is an awesome company. The guy made it. If you haven't heard of it, I'm sure you've been listening to this pod, you've heard of it. If you haven't tried it, go try it. It's this underwear. It's made of this spandex moda. It doesn't smell. You can wear it 5 days in a row. Doesn't smell. Doesn't smell at all. And it's got 2 pouches. One for your balls, one for your wiener. Or you can put your balls in the one, your wiener in the other. You can combo. You can mix match, whatever you want to do, big man. It ain't my call.
It's funny how like you start out with like the sales switch, but now we wear them and we love them
I got
so
them on
much
right now.
that we're literally just talking about them.
Yeah.
If you're not using Sheath Underwear, you're an idiot. All right, they're absolutely fantastic. You got to go to sheathunderwear.com and get on in this action. And if you use promo code garbage, what are we gonna get?
You get 20% off,
What?
baby. I ain't talking 5%'s for fucking idiots.
This
I ain't
guy's
talking-
something else.
I ain't talking 10%, 15%.
20.
For chumps. 20% for all you garbage listeners. Use promo code garbage. It's the best stuff. It makes you feel sexy. And if you got a little package, it adds a little, it gives you a little oomph when you're looking at it. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? I'll go to the supermarket. I go shopping in these things.
The funny thing is when you start wearing them, you're never gonna wear any underwear.
I get upset
That's
when
a
I run out of
guarantee.
them. When they send us a bunch, but when I run out of them and I got to go back to regular underwear, I'm like, it ruins my day.
I would rather freeball it than wear anything but sheath. I'll tell you that right now. That's how we're doing it right now.
Yeah, so go to sheathunderwear.com, promo code garbage. Now back to the show.
We did not.
So it was in the living room.
No, we had, when we bought the house, this is like a Are You Garbage story too. We bought a house with a garage, but the garage door hadn't been opened in like 30 years. So for a while, it was just like filled with shit. And then by the time, it took like 14 men to fucking finally crank it open. And then we cleared it out and made it into like a family room or whatever. So we never actually had a operating garage.
Man,
You have to ask your mother about this.
Yeah. No, I think it's like
today. Yeah, you got to call. Hey,
Are you just gonna breeze by the fact he said he couldn't open his garage door for 14 fucking years?
that was.
Can
no,
we go
no.
back to that? And then
No.
they turned it into a living room.
which I didn't hear any.
Come on!
I didn't hear anything about construction going on in there either.
No,
I think you just put a couch in your garage and called it a living room.
Yeah.
No, it was when we bought the house. The people that had it before hadn't opened it, but so it only opened like 6 inches. And I remember like all the men in my family being like, like lifting it up. And then they did reconstructive surgery on it, and it's a nice family room. It's a fine living room now.
Do you step down into it?
No. It's all
even?
It's nice. Yeah,
Okay.
they really did it up nice, classy. But no, I don't know.
Is the garage door still there?
No, it's a nice window. It's beautiful home.
Bay window, nice.
Yeah. But I should go talk to them about it. But I'm actually nervous. It's like traumatic. I'm afraid to bring it up.
You got to, man. You got to face
Yeah,
that.
that's wild.
I'd be so. First of all, there's no fucking way I would have gave that up. I would have ran away with the go-kart.
I think part of me thinks I'm like, what if I went and addressed this? We talked about it, we worked it out, and then after that, I was just like cured of everything, like
Yeah,
OCD,
why not try it?
depression, herpes, like it just all went away. I'm just like, oh man, I feel great.
That's nuts. What the fuck? They took your go-kart.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
God
It's really
damn.
sad, and it wasn't until, like I said, I started telling the story that people were like, hey man, like big fan of the pod, but seriously, this is really fucked up. Like I've never heard. We've made like 15,000 jokes about fucking kids and AIDS and race, and no one's ever had any problem. And people were like, that's like seriously like an issue, man. That's serious.
I keep thinking, did you see this guy
That's really
in regular
funny, though.
life?
No, maybe occasionally at a party. So like I said, he was my uncle's brother, my uncle by marriage brother. So he would occasionally be around here and there. At the time, he was dating my mother's other sister, so he was kind of around. But after that, I didn't see him.
Yeah, he's got the go-kart. He fucking took
Yeah,
off.
he left town.
Holy
Can have any gal he wants.
shit.
Wait. So your aunt and uncle were dating?
No. So
This is getting it's hairy.
No.
It takes more explanation that you just blew by.
So my mother's sisters were dating a pair of brothers. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
trash.
So my uncle
makes you go.
No,
bitch.
one sister.
Joe, that ain't good.
There's my mother, and then her sister married a guy, and then her younger sister started dating his younger brother.
Yeah. So if
Yeah,
let's
that's
say
garbage,
they,
man. That's
if
trash.
they did get married,
With
they
the
all
go-kart mixed in
there'd be-
too?
No, they'd be in-law. They'd like no.
It's not right.
Yes, it ain't right. No, you can't do that.
No, it would be like if
I know the exact relationship you're talking about.
I guess technically it's
That
your
would be like if
sister-in-law,
your
but there's no
sister
blood.
got with Joe's brother
Joe's brother.
or Sarah's brother. Sorry,
Yeah, that's
that's
not
crazy.
No,
because you'd be showing up to the party as two different people.
No, they'd be like, yeah, I guess technically I'd be like a nephew and a cousin
It's
or
not
something. I
right.
can't figure it out.
It ain't right,
But
Joe.
there's no blood related. Like, I think that happens a lot. Is like you're fucking a girl, and then you're like,
in
hey,
the
dude, she's got a
1800s,
sister.
maybe it ain't happening
She's
now.
got a sister, buddy.
Nah, it's no good.
no, that's no.
Oh, you guys.
Now I understand why this guy took a little fucking kid's go-kart because he's already a fucking piece of shit. He's
Yeah,
fucking
maybe.
dating his brother's wife's little sister. That would be an instant.
That's
Well,
weird.
she wasn't 9. She's like 28.
That's what he got the go-kart for, to show off in front of her.
I think this happens a
Pick her
lot.
up at school.
Siblings date siblings. I think that happens all the time.
I don't think. I think maybe as teenagers, maybe like if you're in school or something, I can maybe see that. But to
We're
be
gonna
married,
we're gonna be in-laws. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's no good. That's weird.
kooky.
All right, I guess. I mean, I don't care about these people. I'm just defending it from a point of. But yeah, he did take my go-kart. So fuck him.
Fuck that guy. Come on, Joe.
Incest piece of shit.
Damn. Yeah, you got to follow up on that.
Yeah, I got to get some details. If only for like the fans of comedy podcasts, so they can know the details.
Damn.
Oh, man.
But that's cool. You won it though, man. That's pretty good. You got that going.
It was pretty amazing. It was like
cool for 72 hours. It was great.
Whoever wins one of those things.
the problem with winning when you're young is like you're like I'm gonna be a winner, and then like I haven't won anything since then. I'm like wow, and then it's just been nothing but losing since.
Yeah, look at me riding down the street in my new go-kart. Everything's coming up Joe.
But no,
It's all downhill from here.
Hey, what's Richie doing here? Because I had two friends that both won on Double Dare. Because I guess Double Dare was filmed in Philly back in the day.
oh wow.
So they came to our high school and they scouted out for some talent. I did not get picked.
Wow.
You get stuck in the nose.
Mark Summers yelling at me.
That's hilarious.
This fat little shit there. But no, two of my buddies both won the race car.
Wow.
The race car was the big one, and it was like a little mini Formula One race car, and they never actually got it either.
You got to pay taxes on it. That was the thing.
Well, they got it, but like we lived in a townhouse community, so there was nowhere to keep this thing.
Chain it up out front.
Yeah, somebody would steal it, go park it on the street. But so they never got it either. So I guess go-karts, it's
We had one growing up.
But you were hillbillies. You had like,
son of a
you had, like cars parked in the grass and stuff like that.
Yeah, we were trashy for sure.
Did you take the governor off your go-kart, Kippy?
Nah, there was always like, there was always the bad kid in the neighborhood who was like, I could show you how to get that thing faster or whatever, you know what I mean? But nah, we could never fuck with it.
Joe, do you know if your uncle ended up taking the governor off your
I don't know. He wasn't my uncle. He was my uncle's brother, folks.
That's your uncle, okay?
Yeah, that's your uncle.
No.
I have that relationship, and we call him Uncle. Like, you'd call him Uncle Steve.
Well,
You're not going to be like, hey, Bill.
We never see him. He's not around. He's not, because, he's not
Is
around.
he still in your guys' lives at all?
No.
Is that aunt and uncle still together?
Yeah. The
Okay.
uncle's still, my uncle Brian is still in my life, but his brother, we don't.
But you'd be
His
able to...
kids can fend for themselves. I don't know. No, I don't
But
know.
you would be able to get in touch with this guy.
I
I would
suppose
go
I
get
could.
his number.
I would
I
go
probably
that far.
could.
I would honestly, man.
I got to start with my
I'd be leaving them
parents.
voicemails in the middle of the night.
Dude, seriously, like, this is really bothering me.
I'll start with
It
my
bothers
parents. I'll
me
get
for
back
you.
to you guys. All right, I'll find out
I would
the deal.
fucking call the uncle and be like, yo, I want so-and-so's number.
I mean, it was
And I
30
would-
years ago. He's going to fight a 6,
I'd
7-year-old
be
man?
like, yo, why did you take my fucking go-kart?
But I don't blame him. I would just for
He
him.
had the trip to the Bahamas. He had to get off his hands.
He got an offer and was like, "Great, I'll take that.
And
That sounds
who has
great."
that? Who sells
I've had one of those before.
A
I
trip-
wanted like a radio something or
a
something.
trip
Or somebody
somewhere
gave it to
second?
me.
Don't you have to have the tickets in your name?
They're
And-
transferable.
This
You
is
just
why-
call up and say, hey, I got package number 1814B or whatever.
This is where I gotta go get the details because it makes it sound shady. I gotta get the more details. I'll come back.
This sounds like a Mindful Metal Jacket two-parter, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Let's just
I
put
could
this behind
really-
the Patreon wall.
No, I remember being excited to talk to my therapist, being like, "We got one today, buddy. Get ready."
Yeah.
Um,
I've gone to Allen before.
What
I
the
love
hell?
that
Do you discuss this with your therapist?
Okay. Yeah, no, we talked about it. But by that point, I had already been seeing him for 4 years, and he was just like, of course, this is just another example of not being seen or whatever. And you're like, I thought this was going to be big. But that's the thing with therapy sometimes, not to go off topic. I always think I'm like, I got something big. I fucking was on a show, and they edited me off. And he's like, well, this is like your parents when you were 9. You're like, shit, I thought I was going
It
to
always boils back to like 3 things.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
He called my dad an asshole, and I was like, this is weird. He's like, well, your dad's an asshole. I'm like, what? All right, I guess so.
Get up and fight him.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, well, that's the end of this relationship, pal.
He's called me a pussy before. He's like, you're a pussy. Stop being a pussy. You're like,
Jesus.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
tough.
Well, he's used to deal. I mean, he deals with a lot of comedians who, don't really hold punches all the time.
You ever hear Robert Dean's bit / story?
Mm-mm.
Robert Dean saw him for like a year, and he's talking to him, and Alan, who's a great therapist, but he, people make mistakes, but he was like, you got to ask yourself one question. What's best for Richard Dean? and he's like, my name's Robert. And he's like, I got to find a different therapist. But I feel bad because Alan is such a great guy.
Yeah.
He just, he fucked up Robert Richard. He's 75 years
Who
old.
gives a shit?
But this big moment, he just says, what's best for Richard Dean? And he's like, who the fuck is Richard Dean? Anderson? Great story. Great guy.
Oh, that's
Man.
great.
Joe.
Yeah, that's a wild one.
Yeah.
In some lighter news, this is from the Facebook group. Shannon, have you ever ridden a mechanical bull
I think I did.
in your drinking days?
I think when I was
I would
drinking,
hope it was not be in your sober days.
I feel like I did, but now I'm not. I don't know if I did. I honestly can't remember. I remember being in a place with mechanical bull, but I thought that was more for women. I thought the women
It was
did
like
it.
the sex. It was like, they were
Yeah.
gyrating around.
I don't
Really?
remember
I
dudes
just remember from
doing it a
Urban
lot.
Cowboy with John Travolta.
Yes.
That was serious business.
You're no Travolta, buddy.
I wouldn't get on one.
Yeah, it's weird. There was one at Family Fun Center, I think, and we would all go there. But I can't
After
remember
dark.
if I did. I don't want to say for sure that I did or didn't because I can't remember. But I remember being around a mechanical bull. I think I was afraid of it, honestly.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was at a family center. It's usually at like a
Like a
road
nightclub,
like
yeah.
a roadhouse bar.
Right. No, I think
I think
it was
we gotta
like
talk to your parents, to be honest with you.
no, it was like an arcade type of place, but they had a
That
mechanical
kind of makes
bull.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
I was just at Comics Mohegan, like that Comics.
Yeah.
They got
Mohegan
one?
Sun. Well, it's like the bar in front of it's it's Roadhouse, right? The
Yeah,
Roadhouse.
Comics
Yeah.
Roadhouse.
And there's a big mechanical bull, and it was during COVID. So like, half the stuff shut down, and this guy like came in he had like the big like yard of beer, and he was like, "Yeah, let's go," and they were like, "Yeah, the bull's closed due to COVID." He's like, "This is bullshit." I'm like,
The bull's closed.
Like, dude, come on, get a fucking life, will you?
His wife got hit that night. I'll tell you that. That sounds like trash.
Yeah, this is from Gary. Gary, have you and your family or friends ever worn matching T-shirts on vacation?
Oh, not on vacation. No. But like just around the house. No, definitely not. We did like ugly sweater Christmas thing, but they weren't matching.
Family
No.
reunions?
Yeah,
You guys do
family
family reunions?
No, I always laugh at the idea of family reunion. My family was together every week. My family's always
Yeah,
together. There's
yeah,
like
same
30
way.
people. It's like there's no one ever left fucking Eastern Massachusetts. So there's no reuniting. My whole life I'd hear like, I have a family reunion. I'm like, that's hilarious to me. My family's together every 4 days.
That's funny.
Yeah. You family reunion guy? No, right? I think we've gone over
We
this.
did it once. We did it once with my extended family. It was at like a park in Wilkes-Barre. It was under a pavilion, which is usually the kiss of death. Real trashy.
Those general use pavilions are bad news.
Not to mention those things are lightning magnets. Dude, don't go under one of those things in a fucking thunderstorm. I'll tell you that right now. You'll lose half the family. But I remember they had the grills that were in the ground, and that's what I was like. Even as a little kid, I was like, "This fucking stinks." I always think
like
those
the charcoal
if
barbecue.
you're using those things, that's
You gotta get there early and like hope you get it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta send someone there at like 6 a.m.
yeah. There's leftover chicken in it from whatever the fuck was the last weekend. Real trashy. But that was the first time that I ever ate dirt. Not dirt.
Oh yeah.
you
You,
know
gotta clarify with you sometimes.
Joe, are you familiar?
Are
with
you familiar with the dessert known as dirt?
Oh, no.
It's an actual dessert.
Oh, I thought you meant like there was dirt in your I didn't think you were eating dirt, but I
Well,
thought like
you
there was
never know.
dirt on your meal, and then you're like, oh, I just ate dirt. No,
You
I don't know
You take
dirt.
a bunch of crushed up Oreos and a bunch of Cool Whip or something like
It's
that.
like Cool Whip, whipped cream, maybe some ice cream, crushed up, and you make it look like dirt, like earth and soil, and the people put like gummy worms in
and
it.
stuff in it.
And a lot of
Oh.
times at like trashier fancy places, they'll put it in an actual like ceramic pot.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
you eat out of there with like a
what
shovel.
That's what it was in.
Yeah.
No,
so
I
it
never did that.
It's super fucking trashy.
Yeah, that's gross.
Excuse me.
That and what's the ambrosia? Get the fuck
You
whatever.
fuck with ambrosia, Joe List?
No, I don't know much about that. I've heard that word. I don't know what that is.
It's like he's at a fucking Congress hearing.
Yeah.
I don't know much about that.
No, I don't know anything about that.
Is there a trashy?
Michael Corleone did this. Michael Corleone did that. It was all lies. No, I don't
Frankie
know.
Pantangeli.
It's like it's just like Cool Whip and marshmallows.
Cool Whip marshmallows, a little bit of orange juice, some coconut, some maraschino cherries, some orange wedges, but they got to be the ones from the can, and you mix it all up.
No, that's
Yeah,
No.
get the fucking
No,
with
no.
that.
Is there a trashy Massachusetts dessert?
I don't know. I'm not a dessert guy. We had whoopie pies. Is that something? Is that something?
This fucking guy comes in here shitting on ambrosia and then starts talking about whoopie pies. What the fuck?
There's so many things that I don't know if it's
What's a
national
whoopie
or not.
pie?
I don't even know. I never had it. I was always a chocolate chip ice cream guy, but it looked like a black and white cookie. I think something like that.
It was
whoopie
Here,
pie.
I can,
Wait, chocolate chip ice cream? Mint chocolate chip?
No, chocolate chip.
I think
OG
they like
chocolate
Little
chip.
Debbie. Yeah, these Little Debbie's
Yeah,
sells
whoopie
them.
pie.
Whoopie
Yeah,
pies.
yeah.
Sorry.
Exactly,
yeah,
yes.
those ain't bad.
All right then. What the fuck? I was ready to kill myself over here. Yeah, whoopie pie. Exactly. They look like Oreos, but it's more like a cakey
Yeah,
thing
whoopie
with some
pie
white
ain't too
shit.
shabby.
But I never ate a whoopie pie. I was like, I like chocolate chip ice cream, and mint chocolate chip ice cream is gay. That's like next generation.
I've never heard of a family that kept chocolate chip ice cream in stock.
Well, you go buy it. I would say someone would go get it, and I'd say, hey, do we have any chocolate chip ice cream?
You
They'd
know,
go
Joe
get it.
doesn't like his whoopie pies. He needs his ice cream.
I don't even know if I've ever seen it. It's vanilla ice cream with chocolate chips?
Was it? Are you kidding?
I've never had
chocolate
it.
chip ice cream.
Nah, I never had it.
I feel like you're fucking with me. That's like one of the
He's
most
made of it.
standard.
What are you talking about?
That's one of the most standard ice creams. Chocolate chip.
Wait, chocolate or chocolate chip?
Chocolate chip
That's
ice
what
cream.
I'm saying. I've never seen that shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what he's talking about?
I mean, in theory, yeah, I know it.
I know
I
mint
feel like
cho-
it now. You guys are fucking with me now.
I know mint chocolate chip. It's green ice cream or white ice cream with little chocolate chips in it.
No, the white ice
What
cream
you said
is
was for
chocolate
homosexuals.
chip ice cream. Vanilla, yes. Vanilla chocolate chip. If you type in chocolate chip, that's on every ice cream menu.
All
That's
right, so
standard.
here, I mean, let's say chocolate
Type
chip.
in most popular ice
like
cream
this.
flavor. Chocolate chip ice cream.
Chocolate chip cookie dough. Cookies. Are we talking about
No,
cookie
chocolate
dough?
chip ice cream right here. It's mint chocolate chip, but just vanilla and chocolate chip. Bro.
Yes,
Okay.
there was chocolate chip ice cream before mint chocolate chip. That's why they call it mint chocolate chip.
This guy's making some good fucking points.
It's
over here.
like cinnamon whatever the fuck. I don't know. Cinnamon something.
I cannot
about life?
believe that I have my financial life is tied to you two. It's so terrible.
You
That's
know
T-bone
chocolate
ev-
chip ice cream, right?
You know
Of course,
chocolate
it's
chip?
vanilla and chocolate chip.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever had it.
Patreon.com, folks. Are you garbage?
What was your brand? What was your brand ice cream
Briars?
up
You
there?
guys a Briar fan?
Well, we're from Massachusetts, so Friendly's was like the big ice cream. You go to Friendly's and Brigham's is like a big ice cream.
Oh,
up
I
there.
know Brigham. I've heard of
Okay,
Brigham's.
you know
yeah.
Brigham's.
I know it. I've heard of it.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
Brigham's is great.
Would you guys go to Friendly's to eat dinner?
Occasionally, if we were lucky. But yeah, you'd go to ice cream, and they'd have the big metal tin, and the ice cream, you had the long ass spoon,
So
and it was
good.
tremendous.
That was something else.
And they had good cheeseburgers. They still do. I'll go to
Yeah,
Friendly's.
fantastic.
good
occasionally,
chicken
yeah.
fingers too.
They've moved into they've kind of stayed away from the brick and mortar around our area, but in the grocery stores, Friendly's ice cream is still top shelf. Have you ever gotten?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever gotten the watermelon roll that they have?
And it's supposed to look like a watermelon you cut open.
It's so good.
No,
I
I'm
mean-
not doing that.
If you go to any ice cream shop in America, they have chocolate chip. They don't have watermelon rolls or whatever the fuck you're talking about.
It's in the grocery store.
Yeah, no, chocolate chip standard. You go to any ice cream shop, it's vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, chocolate chip. It's in there. Bang.
All right.
What about a milkshake? What are you going for milkshake?
I like a vanilla milkshake. Chocolate's just too much. Vanilla milkshake is, I like that. I put
Now,
that
what's a
right in my ass.
milkshake exactly? You ever get a Fribble at Friendly's?
I love a Fribble, which
Love
is a
Fribble.
milkshake.
Well, it is a milkshake, right?
Yeah, I think so. But I love a Fribble. And that's another thing I thought was a standard thing. And I went to like Texas and I was like, I'm going to get a Fribble. And like Sarah's parents fucking shot me in the face.
Hey,
Shit,
we're
man.
not with this guy.
The first meal I ever had with Sarah's family, I'm like meeting the in-laws, the whole thing. And we went to breakfast and I ordered chocolate milk. And her dad was a big guy from South Africa. And he went, chocolate milk is for kiddies. And he basically just called me a pussy.
I would've laughed,
Like he
dude.
was just
That's
like,
tough.
I was like, I like it. And he's like, pfft. And basically he called me a bitch right to my
Yeah.
face.
Chocolate milk and breakfast.
I was like, I was 38 years
I
old.
pictured Elaine's dad for some reason.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly what it felt like.
yeah,
We'll
yeah,
tell
yeah.
him we're frightened and we have to leave. That's my all-time favorite Seinfeld
You're not walking
line.
down the street with me and my daughter drinking a Fribble.
That is the fucking the all-time line.
That's one of those episodes that like I didn't see for like for years. You know what I mean? Just never made it through my cycle, and then I just saw it not too long. It's such a good episode.
Oh, when Jerry's like, I can't go back out there.
I can't go back out there.
That's when he's supposed to be the funny guy.
Amazing.
He blew his brains out all over the
Oh,
Pacific.
the two of them reaching for their drinks at the same time. Beautiful.
Cranberry juice with 2 limes. I'll have another scotch with plenty of ice.
Shout out to Seinfeld, huh?
It's a wonderful show.
Pretty
It's
good.
good stuff.
This is from Dom on the Facebook group. Has anyone you know been on a game show or attempted to be on one?
My friend Derek is a merchant marine, and he lived in Long Beach, and they got into their uniforms and went to Price is Right. They didn't get on.
Nice.
But they
That's
had
a
the
good
uniforms, and so they went down there. I don't think they got on. They did not get on. I'm trying to think of other. I remember my friend submitting for Family Feud, and he was on like a waiting list, but he didn't get on either. And then there was a comic that got on Jeopardy.
Who?
Raj Sivaraman. I don't know how to say his name exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he do well?
I think he did really well. I think he was winning, and he lost in in Final Jeopardy, I believe.
I always root for people in uniform on Price is Right.
Yeah, that's a good way to get on. And he had gained quite a few pounds, so he had it was like a skin tight bursting at the seams uniform, which is always fun. Raj Sivaraman, I think is how you say his name. I feel bad. Sorry, Raj, if you're definitely not watching this. People that have been on Jeopardy and done well don't probably watch this show.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Ken Jennings hitting us up.
I love the show.
That blind guy too.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. All right, this is from Tim. Actually, no. Yeah, I guess we'll do it. Have you ever carried a flask back in your drinking days?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What are you kidding? That's all I got for gifts was flasks. Every year, I was like, oh, we got you a new flask. I had like a pile of flasks. Yeah, I was all about the flask. Every wedding I've ever been to, I had a flask.
That's a big groomsman gift. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. Love a flask.
Love getting drunk at a wedding is a good time.
Yes.
Sorry, I know you're sober.
That's all right. No, I'm thinking. I'm like, yeah, this is good fun.
Should bring up the go-kart again. Christ, this fucking
Later,
guy.
nerds.
You're getting fucked up, right? Oh, sorry, dude.
All right, this is from Carly. Do you have a go-to game at a carnival, fair, or boardwalk? Is there something you kind of claim that you're good at, or you have a go-to?
No, I mean basketball. The basketball thing I like. I can do that pretty well, and I like skee ball, but definitely not like I'm gonna go there and fucking show you guys. I'm gonna fuck some shit up. But I think basketball, I'm pretty good. But those things are funky. I think the rims
They're
are
all
weird.
rigged. They're like
Yeah,
hammered
it's all
in.
set up.
Yeah.
That's also a real trash thing to be like standing there, like they dent the rims so the ball don't fit. You know what I mean?
I hate when they yell at you when you walk by, especially if you're with like your girlfriend.
Any prize, any sign.
Yeah, come on. What about you, big guy? You
Yeah.
want to come up and take a shot?
Yeah, but no, definitely not a go-to. I like a dunk tank. Those are fun.
I've told the story on here before, but Wildwoods Boardwalk, the dunk tank guy down there, he was like 5'5", smoked cigs, painted face as a clown, would just get wasted, and he'd sit there. And it was the 90s in Wildwood, so it's rough.
Right.
And this guy, I mean, PC was out the fucking window with this guy. Dude, whatever your ethnicity, whatever deformity you had, he's calling you out right away.
Wow.
To the point where, like, there would be like groups of like, because he worked until like 2 a.m. or whatever, and there would be groups of fucking like 15 people just waiting to kick his ass. That he had like a secret trap door. That he had like a police escort to get home.
That should be a show or a movie
It
or a
was
documentary or a web series.
insane,
Something.
dude. People would throw stuff. They would grab pool cues and like try to stab at him. It was fucking nuts.
Wow.
He called me a fat piece of shit at least 15 times.
Yeah, that should be a show.
Yeah.
Somebody should write that. I'm too lazy.
This is from David. Have you ever collected coupons from pizza boxes for a free pizza?
No.
No.
Never did that. My mother was a big coupon collector, but not from pizza boxes. She had like a little red satchel full of things, but you know, we were poor.
We had magnets. They give you a little, like a pizza slice. Shout out to Palermo's. They give you a little pizza slice, and once you made a complete pie,
That's pretty
go back and
good.
get
It's like
one.
Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah.
That
But you had to
sounds
give
fun.
the magnets back. We always wanted to
What?
keep the magnets. Yeah, weird, right?
That is kind of strange.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a pizza casino. We do. We'll cut. My mom cuts them out, but we never use them. So we have like 20 free pizzas.
Where's it on the box?
A lot of times it's on the box. You like cut. It's like redeem for save 10 for a free pizza or something.
No, we never had that.
Yeah.
You know what else was a good time as a kid? Saving that little white table, playing with that.
Oh,
thing.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
that
Come
was
on.
fun. You
My
spinning
asshole.
around. Yeah.
That thing was great.
It was like an ottoman,
Yeah.
pizza ottoman.
For the G.I. Joes.
Oh yeah, they got involved with
Yeah,
that
so
for
they
sure.
can eat
Yeah.
their pizza.
I'd put it right in my ass.
I'm gonna keep the cheese right. All right, we'll do one or two more. I've lost the name here, but is your hometown known for anything?
Oh yeah, chocolate chip cookie. We invented the chocolate chip cookie. Have you heard of those?
It's always cookies with this fucking guy.
Whitman,
Wait,
Massachusetts. You can look it up. No one ever believes me. It fucking makes me mad. People are like, I looked it up. I'm like, what do you think? What am I, an asshole? Chocolate chip cookie. He's looking it up. Chocolate chip cookie was invented in Whitman, Massachusetts, my hometown. The
Just
Toll
says
House
Joe
cookie.
List is lying.
The original recipe was created in the late.
It says
19
Massachusetts. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Ruth Wakefield.
Whitman, Mass.
Oh, the Toll House restaurant.
Yep.
Hence
Ooh,
Toll House cookies.
Toll
Yes.
House.
Burned down. Right. That's where I grew up, like a couple 100 yards from the Toll House cookie place, whatever.
Did it smell like cookies?
Well, it burned down before it burned.
The cookie factory burned.
But the sign was
What
there
you want
for
to do
years.
is go down.
But anyways, great show.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So that's what my town is known for.
You have anything?
No, but I did the burn thing once, and I was doing a children's play.
That's a home run line.
We were doing a children's play. We were doing Winnie the Pooh in front of like a packed little theater of like 140 little kids, and my buddy, my roommate, who was playing Rabbit, and I was Eeyore.
Oh, if there was ever a perfect casting.
And we were out the night before getting all fucked up, and we were fucking in there doing the play, and he's supposed to come out and deliver a line saying, Piglet's house blew away. That was the line. But he came out and he was like, Piglet's house burned down. And fucking, dude, 140 kids like, I mean, he's okay. Dude,
That's
tried to
hilarious.
fucking make up for it.
That's
fucking
hilarious.
canceled.
Yeah, that's it, buddy. Let's wrap this up. This
Yes,
has been
sir.
a great time.
Joe, thank you so much for sitting down with us and answering the Patreon questions. We appreciate everybody's questions. We love you guys. We thank you guys. Anything else you want the folks out there to know that you got coming up? Or?
Yeah, sure. I also started all I do is podcast now. I started a third show. It's with Ronan Hirschberg. I don't know if you guys know Ronan.
Of course.
Yeah, he's great.
Extremely
He's
funny.
wonderful, and it's called Joe and Ronan Talk Movies. It's on my YouTube, and we're kind of going through movies, reviewing movies, whatever it is. And it's a good time. He's got some real fucking horrible takes, and so I trash him. It's on my YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube, Joe and Ronan Talk Movies.
Very nice, buddy. Thank you so much. Kippy, what do you got for the gang out there?
As always, please make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Number 88 as of today on comedy. We appreciate it. You can leave a review. That really helps. Also, full HD video available on YouTube. You can subscribe there. Those numbers are through the roof. We appreciate that. And patreon.com. You can help us keep plugging along here. We appreciate all the support.
Yes, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys, and we will see you next week. Peace.